Hello, my name is Kelly Bunting, and I am a labor and employment shareholder in Greenberg Trarig's Philadelphia office. This video is going to be discussing the CARES Act. It's better known as the Coronavirus Aid, Relief, and Economic Security Act. It was passed March 27th, 2020. I'm going to be discussing briefly what employers' requirements are under this act and also the benefits that employees can receive under this act. So here are some key provisions of the CARES Act. There's a section called Pandemic Unemployment Assistance. This creates a temporary new program that provides unemployment benefits to individuals who did not previously qualify but are unable to work because of COVID-19. Now, this includes self-employed workers, gig workers, independent contractors, even part-time workers, which never has been allowed before. Another section adds $600 in federal pandemic unemployment compensation to every weekly state unemployment benefit up until July 31st, 2020. The federal benefit is taxable, just like state unemployment. And there's another section of the CARES Act that adds an additional 13 weeks of federally funded unemployment benefits for those who have exhausted their state unemployment benefits, but they still haven't found work or they still haven't been called back to work. So once these employees qualify for state unemployment benefits, they will also qualify for the federal benefit of the extra $600 a week. So who is eligible to qualify? Well, you have to have been laid off from work or you are unable to work due to one of these reasons. You yourself have been diagnosed with COVID-19, or you have symptoms or are seeking medical treatment, or a member of your household has COVID-19 and you're caring for that member, or a member of your household has died from COVID-19, and because of that, you have become the primary breadwinner of the family. Or you are the primary caregiver for a child or person whose school or daycare has closed due to COVID-19 related reasons, or you can't reach work, or work has been closed, or jobs are unavailable because of a quarantine order or a direct result of COVID-19. You can also qualify for these benefits if you've been forced to quit a job for a COVID-19 related reason. Now, how do the employees get the money? They have to apply through the state unemployment insurance website, wherever it is that they've worked, the state in which they've worked, or they can call the number provided on the state unemployment website. Each state administers its own unemployment, so the maximum amount of weekly benefits, how many weeks are available, eligibility requirements by state, it's impossible to tell what each employee's benefit check would be simply because of every state is different and requires different things. Eligibility and potential benefits depend on salary history. In some states, it depends on whether you have dependents. The employees can get more money if they have dependents. So it's going to be different state by state. Something else. The CARES Act now permits states to amend their laws and pay benefits specifically for COVID-19 scenarios. So if you have been on your state's unemployment website, you'll see every one of them now have a link. And if you click on the link actually will bring you to all of the COVID-19 related information that somebody filing for unemployment would need to know. The CARES Act also frees up unemployment money with fewer hurdles for the applicant. For example, most states have waived, I think all states but one have waived the waiting week requirement. So once one of your employees who has been furloughed or who has been laid off applies, they no longer have to wait a week until the benefits kick in. Also, there is no longer any requirement in most states, I think two still require it, that the employee be actively looking for work the entire time that that employee is laid off or accepting unemployment compensation benefits. Here's another example of how states have reacted to the COVID-19 crisis differently. For those who were laid off due to any reason related to COVID-19, Most of these states have suspended a number of other requirements that they used to require under traditional state unemployment benefits. But it's different state to state, and you need to check that employment website. And finally, most states will offer the 26 weeks of unemployment, but there are several states that offer less, and one state, Massachusetts, who offers more in state unemployment benefits. So Massachusetts will provide your employees with 30 weeks of unemployment benefits. Florida and North Carolina offer only 12 weeks of state unemployment benefits. Alabama offers 14, Arkansas 16, and Missouri and Oklahoma offer 20 weeks of state unemployment benefits. But remember, if the employee still has not found work or has been called back to work at the end of the state unemployment benefit period, then they are eligible for an additional 13 weeks of state unemployment benefits. Not the $600 extra in the federal money, but they will be eligible for an additional 13 weeks of state unemployment benefits under the CARES Act. And one last thing for employers, check your state unemployment compensation website, because some of the states have really specific notice requirements, and you as the employer must notify your employees if you are laying off, if you are furloughing, or if you are terminating employees. Several states like New York and California have forms available on the unemployment website that you have to use, or it's strongly suggested that you use when you are notifying your employees of a furlough or a layoff. And also, if the layoffs or terminations are due to COVID-19, some states encourage the employers to file partial unemployment claims on their employees' behalf. And one state, Georgia, actually requires that any employee that you must file if you are an employer on the behalf of your employee if you expect to call that employee back to work. So definitely for employers, you should be checking those state unemployment websites as well.